Hey guys, so I have just recently finished a book, so I figured I would do a book review on City of Glass. So I've been reading these super quick. I am currently on I'm on Clockwork Angel. The way Cassandra Clare wants these books read, the way her website says, and I've done some research on it. I think I mentioned it previously in a video, but I'll reiterate it. The books are supposed to go City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, which is this one here. And then it goes right over to Clockwork Angel, which is the Infernal Devices. So I'll give you the quick synopsis like I have been doing on the back of the book. To save her mother's life, Clare travels to the City of Glass, the ancestral home of the Shadowhunters. Never mind that by doing so, she is breaking the law, which could mean death. Even worse, Jace does not want her there, and Simon has been thrown in prison by the Shadowhunters, who are deeply suspicious of a vampire who can withstand sunlight. Luckily, Clary finds an ally in the mysterious Sebastian, who holds a strange attraction for her. As Valentine musters a demon army, can Downwithers and Shadowhunters put aside their ancient hatred and work together? And can Clary harness her newfound powers to help save them all, whatever the cost? So, the way that Cassandra Clare had done this book, from what I've read and what I've tried to figure out, sorry, my septum ring is like cockeyed and drives me nuts. Is this was supposed to be the final book of the Mortal Instrument series, but obviously she made 3 more books, which I will be getting to after the Infernal Devices because that's just the order that she wants them read in, and I'd rather read them the way the author sees them, which I can kind of try to get an eye view of how they wrote it, but, that's just me personally. But, yeah, so this was supposed to be the final book, and you can tell, like, the way it ends on a happy note, all happy things, like, yay, happy stuff. But, however, a lot of things happen in this book where you're just sitting there going, oh my God. And then I mentioned in the previous video, I had to Google something because it drove me nuts and I had to know. And you find out in this book. However, you don't find out until like towards the very, very end. Not like the last, probably the last 150, 200 pages. And I might be generous on that. But yeah, it makes me super happy. This book was phenomenal, of course. So they're actually going to Idris, which is mainly where this book is set. And the way that she describes it reminds me of like ancient Grecian kind of looking like thing. And she did really good with the setting analysis. She didn't go very John Steinbeck-y, but you could totally picture everything that was in here. And yeah, and then Alec and Magnus, and they come back, and just it makes me happy. So I don't want to give too much away in this book, but I give it a 5 out of 5. Book had a couple plateaus, but it piled through. Excuse me, there it is, super quickly. My husband laughed at me the entire time I read it because I read it so quickly, and he just sat there. He's like, "You're done with the book already?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done with the book." I just started watching the series. I wanted to at least finish the first 3 books before I started watching the series. I only got halfway through the first episode. I don't like how they portrayed Luke in the series because Luke was supposed to be a bookstore owner, but he's a cop, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. So, obviously they did really good on Magnus, though. So, like, the Magnus character in the show was fantastic. But anyway, I'm going off track. But, yeah, like this book was good. Like Simon goes into the jail, so obviously they have a new oh my God, I forgot whoever Imogen was. I forgot the name of the title, but they have a new one. He reminds me of God, I don't even remember his name. I'm like drawing blanks tonight. It's been a long day of me literally doing nothing. He's fat and jolly with a freaking handlebar mustache, which portrays a lot of different characters in movies and books. But yeah, so there's this new guy. He's very like sneaky and snidey, and I don't like it. He has like ulterior motives. Like, yes, Simon can walk in daylight and stuff like that, and that's cool. Like, awesome. Yay, daylight vampire. However, that guy's creepy, and then Raphael goes ahead and confirms how much I hate him. He is like one of my least favorite characters. Like, obviously he's a vampire. He has ideals of what a vampire is supposed to be. So there's that. But however, like, he tries to kill Simon, like, because he's like, you're abomination to the vampire world, and you shouldn't be able to live, blah, 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 blah. Which I'm not giving anything away because something happens. And if you kill Simon, it doesn't kill Simon, you have to read the book. But it's just infuriating. Like, it's just really infuriating. And then Valentine, like, you see a softer side of him in this book, which you still hate him. Like, he's still the villain. Like, he still is an asshole. But you see a softer side to him because of Jonathan. But yeah, so I say read it. So far, this is a good series. I'm loving it. I had to put, obviously, the Immortal Instruments down to read the Infernal Devices. And the Infernal Devices, so far, so good. The characters in the book, though, remind me a lot of Jason Clary. So I don't know if that's like a sideways thing to the Mortal Instruments, because the Clockwork book is set back. So we'll see. But I highly recommend these books. This is really good. But like I said, as I get more books, because my books are all on the bookshelf and they're kind of blocked right now. But so this is the binding for this one. And I know that's Alec, but I feel like that is Simon. I think, maybe. I'm not sure, because I know the cover of City of Ashes was Clary. City of Bones was Jace. Looks like City of Fallen Angel is Isabel. City of Lost Souls that one's Alex. This one's Simon. Aha. But yeah, like, there's a lot of things that come on with this book. Like, you see Luke more, because Luke goes back to Idris, and Idris is they don't accept downworlders. So obviously, once you cross the borders of Idris, like, an alarm goes off or something, like, downworlder is in here. But there's a reason why he goes back, obviously, for good reasons. You meet a bunch of different characters. The cutest character in the whole entire book gets murdered. I'm not telling you who it is. That's who I personally think it is. But there is a murder. Like, I was not prepared for it. Like, I didn't cry. Like, I didn't snot cry. I snot cry with Fault in Our Stars. But I didn't snot cry. But I was very shocked. I had to put the book down for the night. Like, I was mad. Like, I finished a chapter out because I am OCD and I have to read, at least get through the chapter so I start the next day on a new chapter. But yeah, like, I was not prepared. Like, I get it. Like, authors need to kill characters. I totally have done that myself. And I cried typing out, like, me killing off one of my favorite characters. But still, like, I get it. Like, you have to. But did you? Like, did you have to? Because, yeah. And then also, too, my favorite manga is mentioned in this book. And I don't read manga. I'm not a manga reader. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I have a few, like, a handful that I do read. Some of them are on, like, mangareader.net and stuff like that. But I actually have the complete series of Angel Sanctuary, which is mentioned, ironically, in this book. And it's funny because Angel Sanctuary is about angels, obviously. But it starts off as a video game. Like, Angel Sanctuary was a video game. With Lapis Lazuli and stuff like that. And I'm probably pronouncing that really wrong, and I'm sorry. But yeah, like, I'm super excited. I like reading books and seeing other books mentioned in the book. I'm good for, like, reading, like, for instance, I've read 50 Shades of Grey, and they mentioned Tess a lot in the first book. I ended up reading it. Fell in love with the book. Love Thomas Hardy. So that made me super excited. But yeah, so if you have any questions, any regards to the book, I would say go ahead and post them below and let me know what you guys think. But for now, ta-ta, and I will hit you on the run with the next book.